Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we're going to be returning to the world of Thermo Sudoku today. It's quite rare nowadays on the channel I get to do a plain old Thermo Sudoku, but today is such a day, partly because this has been recommended to us, partly because it has been requested of us. And you may say, well, what's the difference between those two things? Well, when we get recommended puzzles, that's by people who have solved the puzzle, and they say, oh, I really enjoyed the process of solving the puzzle, it was very clever. Requests are from those people who've devoted sometimes many hours of time to solving a puzzle and have not managed to solve it, and that has happened here. The puzzle is called Winkelmesser. Now, I didn't know what Winkelmesser meant, but Google told me. Winkelmesser is the German word for a protractor, one of those things we used to have at school to measure angles. Well, this is Winkelmesser. I don't know why it's called that, but it is by Myxo, one of these giants of the Sudoku world, an extraordinary mind whose puzzles are always absolutely wonderful. So I'm looking forward to having a go at this. I found it on Logic Masters Germany this morning. It had 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, which, sounds doable, doesn't it? But then all the comments said things like, I found this extremely hard. So anyway, we'll see how we go. You'll be able to tell from the length of the video, if this does indeed become a video, how hard I have found it. And yeah, we'll get to it in a moment or two's time. Actually, with it being a Thermo Sudoku, I should mention, I don't often talk about our apps, but we do have a Thermo Sudoku app. And it is rather wonderful. There's no other way of describing it. And you may say, oh, I've got lots of apps on my phone already. Well, if you haven't got Cracking the Cryptic apps, you're missing out. And you may say, why am I missing out? I've got thousands of puzzles in my Sudoku app. Sure, and you won't find thousands of puzzles in our apps. Our apps tend to have 100 puzzles normally. But every single one of the puzzles in our apps is handmade by one of the world's best setters. And that makes them really rather wonderful. There are some extraordinary puzzles in our apps, so do check them out if you haven't had a look at them. I really think especially if you enjoy the channel, you will really get a kick out of the puzzles in some of the apps. Check them out. Now, what else did I want to tell you about today? Oh, I've got a treat this evening. So this evening I'm going to the Royal Society. Because Brady Harron, the sort of man behind such YouTube channels as Numberphile, Brady is being given a medal for services to sort of mathematical education. And Mark and I have been invited to go along, so I'm really looking forward to that. Brady is one of those people who's always just an absolute pleasure to be around. So we're going to go and listen to him speak this evening and receive his medal. And I've never been to the Royal Society before, so I am really looking forward to that. And I will tell you about that, hopefully more tomorrow. What else? Oh, when I was on Facebook this morning, this has got nothing to do with Sudoku, so forgive me. Facebook seems to know that I quite like poetry, and sometimes it recommends poems to me. And it recommended one to me today that I hadn't read before, by Edmund Vance Cooke. And I thought I might share it with you. It's called How Did You Die? And it predates the poem Invictus by Henley, which I've read on the channel before. And yet it has some startling similarities, but I did think this was beautifully written and sort of quite poignant. So given that I do occasionally read poetry on the channel, if you'll permit me to take a couple of minutes of your time, a couple more minutes of your time, I will read you the poem How Did You Die by Edmund Vance Cooke. Did you tackle that trouble that came your way with a resolute heart and cheerful? Or hide your face from the light of day with a craven soul and fearful? Oh, a trouble's a ton, or a trouble's an ounce, or a trouble is what you make it, and it isn't the fact that you're hurt that counts, but only how did you take it? You are beaten to earth. Well, well, what's that? Come up with a smiling face. It's nothing against you to fall down flat, but to lie there, that's disgrace. The harder you're thrown, why the higher you bounce. Be proud of your blackened eye. It isn't the fact that you're licked that counts. It's how did you fight, and why? And though you be done to the death, what then, if you battled the best you could? If you played your part in the world of men, why, the critic will call it good. Death comes with a crawl, or comes with a pounce, and whether he's slow or spry, it isn't the fact that you're dead that counts, but only how did you die. It is similar to Invictus, and I think it's really very well written. Anyway, I thought I'd share it with you. Food for thought. Now, what else? Oh, yes, Patreon. How is the competition going? Let's have a look. Runs till the 20th. Blobz's Oil and Water Sudoku Hunt. Yesterday we'd had... Well, if you get all 10 puzzles done, you can enter the competition and be in with a chance of making a Sudoku video that will appear on the channel where you and I will solve a puzzle together, which is it's been a lovely experience for those who've done it so far. Well, no, let me be clear about that. It's been a lovely experience for me, and the people who've done it so far seem to have enjoyed it, which is quite a different thing to what I first said. But anyway, 360 was the count. Let's see where it's up to now. 435. It really is. It is tumbling on a pace, isn't it? That's absolutely brilliant. Very well done. 435 people have done all 10 puzzles. It's extraordinary. And we're getting on for nearly 2,000 people who have solved the first puzzle. Really, it's tremendous. Tremendous stuff. Well solved, you all. And check it out. There's still loads of time. It closes on the 20th, as I say. I think the fastest entry we had was like 3 or 4 hours, so it's very doable, but you have to devote a little bit of time to it. Now, I have some birthdays to do today as well. Let me look at those. Well, the first is not a birthday. It was just a request from somebody, and we received this on Instagram. Lewis, your girlfriend Elle, wrote to us and said that you're such a big viewer of the channel. It would be really nice if you got a shout out. So Lewis, thank you for watching so diligently, and I hope you have a great day today and you enjoy this puzzle by Myxo. Next we'll go to Poland. Now I'm going to get this pronunciation wrong. I will do my best. Maciej, you're turning 24 today. And I know this because your girlfriend Amelia wrote to us. I think you're studying robotics and automation and stuff like that over there. And I wish you well with your studies, and I hope that you get an enormously well-iced chocolate cake today. Next, Abby. Abby, it's your birthday, and I know this because your boyfriend Ben wrote in and said that you do watch the channel a lot, and you might be tickled to get a shout out. So Abby, I hope you have a great birthday today. And then we'll go to Raleigh. Is it Raleigh or Raleigh? I should know this because I think I've been there. I've definitely flown into North Carolina before. But in North Carolina, it's Connor's 26th birthday. And I know this because your girlfriend Adriana wrote to us and told us that she loves you very, very much, Connor. And apparently the two of you both watch the channel, so thank you both for watching. Connor, have a great birthday today. I have fond memories of North Carolina. I spent a week in Pinehurst, which is the most magical place if you have any love of golf at all. And that's all the birthdays. Let's have a look at Winkelmesser by Myxo, and I will read you the rules. We have got, in fact this isn't going to take long, we've got Sudoku, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. And then we've got Thermo, so digits along a grey thermometer must increase from the bulb end. So let's look at that one. If this was a 1, this would have to, just as mercury would rise as the temperature rises, so Sudoku digits must rise as we go away from the bulb of a thermometer. This doesn't have to, it doesn't have to rise in steps of 1 though. You can miss digits out, you just have to constantly increase. So you could go 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. That would be a totally legitimate way of filling a Sudoku thermometer. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, the first thing I see here is that it looks like that cell is under massive pressure. How long is that thermo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's okay. Now I should do this, shouldn't I? Sorry. Whenever I look at Thermo Sudokus, I never do the simple thing. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm noticing that in row 5, 9 can go in only one of 2 places. But I know what I should be doing is doing this, because there's very little freedom along this thermometer. Mark would fully approve of pencil marking. Oh right, okay, I've got something else. Okay, let me just speak briefly about row 5 and the comment I made about 9, because that relates to one of only, well, it's the same secret. I know very few secrets about thermometers in Sudoku, but I always think about the fact that 1, the digit 1, can only go on 1 cell of a thermometer. So if we did know that there was a 1 on this thermometer, it would have to go here. Because if we try and put it anywhere else, that implies there's a digit less than 1 in the bulb, and that's obviously against the rules of Sudoku. Similarly, look at this row and say, where can 9 go? Again, if 9 goes on a thermometer, it must be in the very tip of the thermometer. If we tried to put 9 here, this would be it would be at least a 10, and that number doesn't exist in Sudoku. So in this row, 9 I can see is in one of those 2 cells. Yeah, and in this column, 1 is in one of 2 cells. So there's something going on there, is there? So if the central cell is a 1, this is a 9. If the central cell is a 9, this is a 1. And if the central cell is a 5, then this would be a 9 and this would be a 1. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure that's doing something. I'm not sure. I mean, the other thing I can see here, by the way, is that collection of digits there is a little interesting, because that's like an extra region of the puzzle. It's like another 3x3 box. And that's because you can't repeat a digit in that green area. That is 9 cells of the grid. And you can't repeat a digit along a thermometer. And this digit sees the entirety of that thermometer. So if that is 1 or 9, I don't know actually. I'm not sure. I think there is something. There's something about this central cell that is shouting at me, but it's not shouting in a language I understand. Okay. So what else do we do then? There's... oh goodness, I don't know. Is it this one? This one is a much shorter thermometer. That's of length 6. So I know exactly what Mark would do. He would say that that's at least a 6, and he would fill in 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, is that going to lead to a quadruple? Oh, hang on, we might have to do that. I didn't see this. Let me just do this and check what's going on. Whoops. So have we got... No, actually we haven't got that, have we? Sorry, I thought if I fully pencil mark this, I was going to reveal a quadruple there, but I don't. Oh, there must be something going on. Hang on. What is it? It's going to be... this cell can't be a 5. Because if this cell is a 5, this has to be a 6, and that cell couldn't exist. So there is a tiny deduction. Is that so? It's symmetrical, is it? If that cell's a 5, that cell's a 4, and then that cell couldn't exist. Okay. So now that can't be a 6 either, can it? Because if I take 5 out of there, and if I took 5 out of here, that can't be a 4. Yeah, there is a lot of symmetry in this puzzle, actually, now I look at it. It looks like it's positive diagonal symmetry this time. Although I'm never quite sure, because this thermometer, it's sort of the other way round, isn't it? The bulb is in the corner, whereas the tip is in the corner there. So if you sort of reflect the grid along the positive diagonal, although all the thermometer shapes seem to hit each other, the bulbs and the tips are all in different places. What's going on with this one then? It's going to be... Yeah, no, what I was about to say is wrong. Oh, sorry, I haven't got anything at the moment. It's going to be... Oh, come on, just see something. So I can't see anything. This is so embarrassing. If I go... So that digit can't appear on either of these thermometers. This central digit. Oh, yes, okay. Yes, right, I have something. Oh, is this just set then? Oh, well, okay. I don't know if this needs set. It doesn't really need set. I didn't see it with set, but then I suddenly saw I could have seen it with set. Yes, okay, look at this column and look at this row. Now, obviously, the contents of a complete column of a Sudoku are the same as the contents of a complete row of a Sudoku. In other words, the green cells in toto are the digits 1 to 9 once each. The orange cells are the digits 1 to 9 once each. So here is a question. This cell appears in both sets. So we know that the orange set and the green set are the same at the moment. If I delete that digit from the green set and the orange set, we know that the greens must be the same as the oranges still, don't we? I mean, that's fatuously obvious, and it doesn't really require set to see it, but sorry, it's just, I had this thought. So now here's a question. I mean, we can ask this question in a variety of ways, actually. But I'm going to ask it here. Where are the orange digits? We know that the orange digits are in green, because the orange set is the same as the green set. So where are the orange digits in green? They can't be on the same thermometer as themselves. They can't be in the middle cell because they all see that cell. So those orange digits are those orange digits. So, oh, okay, so I get rid of a 6 from here. That's the upshot of that. That's much less interesting than I was hoping. But that can't be 6 because one of those digits is not 6. So if that can't be... Oh no, that doesn't even help that one. Oh dear. Okay. But this is a 4-cell thermometer. So this digit can't be less than 4, but can't be greater than 5. That is 4 or 5. So now the 1... Oh no, it's still the same. It's still the same. The 1 is still in one of 2 places. Okay, but this thermometer is now a bit more restricted than it used to be. It's only got 1 degree of freedom, hasn't it? So that's 3 or 4, 2 or 3, 1 or 2. Now, and now presumably we do this the other way round, do we? Where are those digits in row 5? And the answer is that they are those digits. And none of these digits is a 4, so that is not a 4. And this digit is now at least equal to 5 and can't be greater than 6 because this thermometer is already 4 long. This is very clever. It's very odd, but very clever. Now, what does that mean? That's the question. What does that mean? So this digit can... Oh no, that's what I was about to say is not true. No, hang on, it must be true. I was about to say that digit could be that one. But that's not true, is it? Because we actually know there's identity between these cells and those cells. So if that one was that one, you know, it would also be one of... It would actually be 5, wouldn't it? Oh, this is strange. Hang on. So let's be very clear. How does this work? We've established that these digits have to appear in this column. So these digits are definitely there. So this digit is one of these digits. So it's not that digit. So how could this be a 5? No, that's fine. No, it can't. It can't be a 5 because then it's meant to go in there, but the only place it could go is there. Okay, is this? There was a comment on Logic Masters that said that Myxo had set this as a joke. This puzzle. I want to say with a constructor called Sayori, who I think I've done a puzzle or two by on the channel. But is this something to do with the joke? It feels like it's a joke. If that's 5, I don't think this can be 5, is what I'm claiming. Because if it is 5, the only place it could go in there, and we know it's one of those digits because of the sort of backwards logic, is there, and they would be in the same row. So I think that is 3 or 4. So does it have to be that one? I'm not sure about that. We'll think about that in a moment. But yeah, that taking 5 out of that does go backwards along the thermometer. So now, that digit, let's just label it A for a moment, I know is in one of those cells. And it's not equal to 2. So it's in one of those 2 cells. And that digit... Yes, these 3 digits are actually those 3 digits, aren't they? Because we know that these digits here are in this cornucopia. And this one, which is a 2 or a 3, can't be that one. So it is in there, but we know it's lower than A. So if we call this one B, it's in one of those two, and then we'll just repeat that logic with this one. I know it's in one of these, it can't be that one, so it is in these two, but it's lower than B. So we can sort of iterate along, and that becomes, so C has only one position, which pushes up the value of B, so we've got this going on. And now those two digits are the same. They are D. Now, is it the case that that is A? Oh, I don't know. I don't think it has to be. It just felt like it might be. And can we repeat that logic? So, no, it doesn't work the same way. So I was wondering if I could play that game again with these cells and argue somehow this couldn't be 5. But it doesn't seem to work, because that could be 5. So these digits are the same as these digits. These digits are the same as these digits. Oh. If that digit's got a lot of weird stuff looking at it. It's got lots of high digits looking at it and lots of low digits looking at it. Does that matter somehow? Oh, I'm so sorry. I cannot see this. There's something going on. I think it's to do with this cell. And I can't quite understand how it works. How do you think we're meant to think about this? That digit is that digit. These digits are these digits. So that one is either that one or it's that one. If this is 6, it could be that one. If this is 5, it's definitely that one. I feel like there's some sort of symmetry between this collection and the logic here, but it doesn't seem to work quite the same way. So, you see, there's weird stuff going on here now in the perimeter. If this square is high, and when I say high, I mean 5 or higher. If that is 5 or higher, and it very nearly has to be, the only way it's not is if it's 4. But if this is 5 or higher, that is a quintuple on the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a quadruple on 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts, well, actually it would make this a 5, but it would also put a quintuple in the bottom row. So these would be 6, 7, 8, 9. This would have to be a 6. That would be 6, 7, 8, 9. And what did we say this was? Oh, we said that's what, if this was high. So, okay, so let's try that the other way around. So if this was low, does it all just work the same way? If this is low, and by low I mean 5 or lower again. So that, if that's 5 or higher, we get an effect. If this is 5 or lower, that's a quintuple. Those are all 6, 7, 8, 9. That becomes a 5, and that is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quintuple. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a 4, and this would have to be 3, 2, 1. Dusty bin. But, if this was... It's not very easy. So either this is high and we get an effect, or it's 4 and we get an effect. And the same is true here. If this is low by 5 or lower, we get an effect. Or it's 6 and that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's definitely something going on here. I don't quite see it, but I can sense it. I can sense there's something. I tell you what I feel. I feel like that's going to be a 5. It feels to me somehow we're going to have extreme thermometers in those two positions. So when I say extreme, I mean this will be 4, 3, 2, 1, and this one will be 6, 7, 8, 9, and they will all be looking at this cell and make it a 5. But I don't quite understand how we arrive. So if that's 4, that is 4, 3, 2, 1. Otherwise, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. And vice versa. Oh, I see. Or do I? Hang on. Yeah, I see. Okay, so what we should do here is change the colouring. I've done the colouring wrong, I think. Because this D is important, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, my precious. Yes, okay. So, sorry, I'm watching extended edition of... I'm watching the extended edition of The Return of the King at the moment. It takes a long time to watch that. But, yes, I have Gollumisms in my mind. Anyway, look. What we said earlier is that those cells, those exact cells, are the same as these exact cells. And we said those cells are the same as those cells. Now, actually I might... Well, what I was going to say is that these cells have to find a home in this column. And they are not, they're obviously not here, but because this is D, because that is that one, the only overlap this thermometer could have with this thermometer would be if this was 5 and it was the same digit as this. Otherwise, there's clearly no overlap. These are too big compared to these digits. But could that be 5 and it be that digit? No, because if that is 5, we know it's this digit from the green set, and that sees that cell. So there is no overlap between between that cell and those cells. So where do these purple ones go in this column? And the answer is they go in those cells. And that's really interesting for this cell, because that cell now is a purple digit. So it is 4, or it's actually 4 or 5. It cannot be more than that. So this thermometer, I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a reason it actually has to be purple entirely, but it's certainly true that cell is purple. Now, Yes, think I see. So then we have to do that in reverse. Those digits. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So now let's just use blue. We haven't used blue. Right, those digits. Where do they go in this row? And the answer is in these cells. Now again, we could say, no, it's possible that one could be that one, but it's not, is it? Because that one, I know, is an orange digit, which is in these cells, looking at this one. So it's not possible for this one and this one to be the same. So they go in those cells. And now this digit is at least a 5. So this thingy becomes interesting. It's all putting pressure on this cell. Now, how do we do this then? So now, I don't know. We're really close to understanding this. So it's to do with the perimeter somehow. I just can't quite. Or is it to do with this digit? Because that's this digit and this digit are under sort of similar pressure, aren't they? They've got an awful lot of digits looking at them from a low set and a high set. If that's 5, oh yeah, okay, that's weird. If that's 5, that's 5. Because if that's 5, that's 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 6, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. And if that's 5, that's 4, 3, 2, 1. So you get 6, 7, 8, 9 here. 4, 3, 2, 1 here. Looking at that square, that becomes a weird naked single. Okay. Oh, come on. So, how do we do it then? That's the question, isn't it? And is it necessarily the case? Is there some identity between orange and purple? Are they the same digits for some reason? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Where are those digits in this column? Is it the set? Oh no. Oh, it's obvious. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, this is sort of this is basically magic. I mean, but let's just describe it how it is. This is basically sorcery. Myxo is actually a sorcerer. This is weird. Right. I'm now going to change colour again. Those digits, and I'm going to say where are they in this column? And it matters, I think, because again, it's the same thing. These digits, which include this one. So if we just look at this column for a moment, we might say, oh, well, they could go in some subset of those. That's certainly true. But they could go here. No. This is a blue digit. So the only one of these digits, if you look at them, they're from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The only one of them that could possibly overlap with this digit would be making this a 5. But and then making this a 5 and saying they're the same digit. But we know that this digit is not that digit. And how do we know it? Well, we know it for a variety of reasons, but we know that that is a blue digit. Which is one of those looking at that digit. So this digit is definitely not that digit, and therefore the yellow ones go in those squares. And so these are all little. And that must work with these as well. This colouring is mental. So now look at this row. So these ones, where do they go in the top row? And again, we get that same question. Oh, that one, is it possible that this one would go here in the top row? Well, no, it's not. That's a purple one, which is looking at this one. So the only overlap, this one, the 6 or the 7, could never be in this yellow string, could it? There is simply no cell that would fit. But if that was 5, we might initially think, oh, that could be that one. But no, it can't, because this is seeing purple, and we know that that cell is filled with a purple cell looking at this digit. So there is no possibility that this digit is the same as this digit. So these digits are those digits. The appalling thing about this is it's confirming what we already knew, which is that this cell is under great pressure because it sees so many low and high digits, and this digit is under great pressure, but it's not actually revealing any of these digits. It's not confirming this is a 5, although I think it will be. Right. Okay. I think I have got this, actually. Let me just think about this for a bit longer. I'm checking some things in my brain before I announce anything that's completely and utterly ludicrous. Okay, mind blown. That is ridiculous. I still don't know what it is, though. Right. Okay. Here is... I'm going to claim... Well, I'm going to claim I can get that digit, I think. And the reason is not very obvious. Well, it was sort of obvious, but I wasn't thinking about this digit. I was thinking about this digit, the C digit. And I was thinking about where the C digit goes in this box. And the answer is, weirdly, it's very, very, very hard to put this digit in this box, because this tiny little thermometer is actually troubling. Where was that troubling? Was that Ally McBeal? Was there a sort of nerdy lawyer in Ally McBeal who used to use the word troubling? Where has that come from in my brain? I do not know. Yeah, but look, where does this digit... So this is the question, I think. Where does this digit go in this box? Now, one place it doesn't go is... Well, it doesn't go in its own column, and it doesn't go in the red, does it? Because the red digits are all great big digits, so it's not in red. So it is in the panoply of digits. It's in that 2 by 2. That is where this digit goes. Well, it's clearly not the third cell on a thermometer, so it's not that one, because it's a 1 or a 2. It's not this one, actually, either. Because if that digit is there, it has to be a 2, 1, it has to be a 2 with a 1 beneath it, and that's going to break that square. So it's not this one. This one is the one I think it is. This one was the one I was thinking about in my brain. If that digit is there, it's clearly 2, because it can't be 1, because it's meant to have a digit lower than it on the thermo. But if this is a 2, and this is a 1, look at this row. You remember right at the start, we said, oh, the 1, well, we said 1 was restricted in sort of both of these paradigms, but it's it's impossible to place now. We can't do anything. Once we get rid of that bulb and this square here, you can't put a 1 in the row. So that is not right. So I think what that means is that this digit is that digit. So that is the digit C. Now this is a bit, well, it's a bit troubling because it doesn't seem to be resolved, but it does say that that is a 1-2 pair. So this is a 3, and that's the same as that one, isn't it? So this is a 4, so that's a 4. This is a 5, which means that one, so that's a 5. Oh, right, okay. And now this 5 is seeing that one. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 7 now, because it sees a 5 and a 6. So that's 7, 8, 9. We've done the central cross. Oh, no. That's a 5. So that's a 6, 7, 8, 9. We're honing in on this becoming a 5. Oh, that 6 is making that a 7. So this thermometer becomes 7, 8, 9. 9. Where's 9 in this box? By Sudoku. I mean, it's out. Oh, okay. We can't malign this tiny thermo too much, actually. Because it did do heavy lifting. It did do heavy lifting because it stopped that cell going in there. But when you get a 9 on the tip of a 2-cell thermometer, it is very tempting to malign this thermometer and say, what are you doing in the puzzle, you naughty old thing? There's an 8 in one of those. There's a 7 in one of these. That's a 6, actually. I hadn't noticed that. It sees a 5. Ah, so we hope we're going to get the middle. Not quite. Not quite. I think it's still going to be a 1, but we haven't got it yet. That is very odd, actually, isn't it? My instinct was that this digit was under pressure immediately. And yet, it wasn't actually the way that we got into the puzzle. Right, so, okay, the red digits here are 6, 7, and 8. So that's got to be the 6. This has got to be a 7, 8. Whoa. That's got to be a 7, 8 pair. Because we know that we've got this colouring that we've got to use. So the corner digit is low. What's going on? I'm sorry, this... Okay, we've got purple. Oh, no, I don't know. Okay, let's try blue then. So blue we've already got a 6 in. So these are 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think they're chocolate teapotted. I might be wrong. 9, 8, 7 come out. So the corner digit here is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, I thought it was going to be... Oh, yeah, no. Sorry, for some reason in my head, I've had it in my head that both of these are going to be 5s. That's clearly now not true. I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to have to do Sudoku here. This is terrible. 6 is in one of those squares. 4 is in one of these squares. 7 is in the same places as 6, look. Right, So we need 1, 2, 5, 8 into these squares. 1, 2, 5, 8. That's definitely not 8. That's definitely not 1 or 2. It sees this 1, 2 pair that we discovered earlier. So, oh, 7. Where's 7 in box 8? That 7 sees those two possibilities. So 7. Oh no, we don't get that one. Where's 8 in box 5 now? There is an 8 in one of those two cells. So 8 is in one of these two cells. 6 is in one of those two cells. I'm floundering around here. No, purple very much could be there. That is, in fact, the nature that we've discovered. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it's not just lying down and letting us tickle its tummy, is it? It's definitely putting up a fight. Okay. I'm not really sure where to look here. 8 is in one of those two cells by Sudoku. 9 is in one of those two cells by Sudoku. It can't obviously go in the bulb of a thermo. That will not be acceptable. Oh, okay, where's 9 in box 5? That is a very sensible question. It can't go on the bulb of a thermo, so it's there. So this is 8. Okay, that's going to do my chocolate teapot down here. So this is 7 now, using our pencil marking. This is 8 now. We had to put an 8, didn't we, into this box. So these digits are 1, 2, and 3. Don't know if that's resolved or not. I've got an 8 here. What's that from? That's reasonable. I've got 4 8s looking at this box, so that is a totally legitimate pencil mark. Yeah, okay, where's 6 in this box might be worth considering. I don't know the answer to this, but I do know it's not here. If this was 6, this would be a 7, 8, 9, which it can't be. So I think 6 is in one of those two cells, which means that's not a 6, and this is a 6. This is a 9. This is a 9. Maybe I should have just focused on 9s. What about 8s? I've got loads of 8. I haven't got them all, though. What about 7s? No, so 7s and 8s are being slightly recalcitrant. That's a 3. Oh, goodness. So that's a 4. Oh, that's going to do it. That's going to do it. There we go. Right, look at this now. This thermo is beautiful because that digit seems to be a 1 or a 2. Well, it's not a 1 on the tip of the thermo, so that's 2. Oh, look at this. That's a 2-1 pair. Looking at this digit. So this digit can be neither 2 nor 1 and has to be 3. Oh, this is very, very beautiful. That's 2, so this is 1. What are those squares? 4, 5? I think they're 4, 5. So these are 2, 3. Aha. Right, so that's... look, this is now 1. So this 2-cell thermo became a 1, 9 thermo. That is a 2 in the middle of the grid, not a 1. So that digit we know is the same as that digit, so that's a 1. So this is a 1. Presumably that does something, he says, trying to see what that something is, and failing. This is a 1. That 1 means this is a 2 and this is a 3. We could get a 3 in the corner here, maybe, by Sudoku. What are those squares? 1, 4, 5. So this is... oh, whoopsie. So that's a 1. This is a 4, 5 pair. We can do that. This is no longer 5. Or 1. This isn't 1. So this is 2, 5, 8. Okay, so these squares are 3, 4. Oh, whoopsie, I just wanted to take the pencil mark out. And these squares are 2, 5. I mean, the only good thing in terms of how we're progressing here is that the Sudoku isn't breaking yet. So it does suggest that we haven't made any logical errors. But, have I done all my 1s? No, there's a 1 in the corner, look, down here. Okay, let's have a look at this row. We have got to place 2 and 3. Yeah, that's good. That's good, because look, that's a 2, 3 pair. Maverick's taken off. I can hear Maverick. So that's 4, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. So we got 5 in this corner after all that. That's 2, that's 3, that's 2. In this column we haven't put 4 in. So these are 5, 6, are they? 5, 6, and the thermo is not going to help us with that. Oh, but okay, that's helping us with that. In this column, what have we not put in? 2, actually. So that's 3, that's 6, that's 2, that's 3. Oh no, no, we didn't get a 3 in the corner. We nearly did. It really tried hard for us and then failed. Okay, this is 4 or 5. This corner digit is 2, actually. 5, 4, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 2, 4, 5, 5, 6. That is sensationally clever, that puzzle. Sensationally clever. Weird and wonderful. It's beautiful, isn't it? It really is beautiful. It's all about... It's not about the middle, I don't think. I think it's about the perimeter and where digits are forced. And every expectation is sort of... I thought those were going to be 5s and they weren't. I thought that was going to be a 1 or a 9 and it wasn't. But it's beautifully set, that. It's a sick puzzle, to be honest. It really is incredibly clever. Again, Myxo. Loved it. I don't know what the joke is. Is the joke on me? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what the joke is and how much you've all been laughing, and yeah, and how much you enjoyed the puzzle. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.